What's good, y'all? It's your boy Third Degree. We're back with more Ratchet news. Well, some of it's ratchet, some of it's not, but we still got to speak on it. So let's go.
We're kicking off the ratchetness. The whole family pulls up in under 2 minutes after getting a text that an employee called their niece the N-word, as they should, and he got fired on the spot. Hopefully he got a boot up his ass too. Moving on. They're saying that 50% of women in relationships have a backup partner they could run away with, usually a friend, ex, or colleague, a study reveals. We shall talk about this. Moving on. Last weekend, Sha'carri Richardson was arrested after a heated airport fight with boyfriend Christian Coleman. I thought she went to play for the other team. Anyway, shout out to her. I hope they worked it out. Moving on. There's a founder out there that creates black dolls with real human hair that can be washed, braided, and styled. She's teaching them early how to build a career. Salute, queen, salute. Moving on. Issa Rae hit with a federal lawsuit. Writers claim her $51 million flick one of them days was jacked from their script. We shall wait and see how this plays out. All right, moving on. Hey, shout out to y'all for your patience. If you see me posting a lot, it's just because I do these weekly challenges. As you can see, your boy don't play, right? All right, moving on. LaLa Anthony keeps it real on filming X scenes. Who was complaining? Not I. All right, not a real heterosexual male, but moving on. Cat Williams warned Shannon Sharpe that a clear woman would ruin his career in 2 weekends, but he didn't listen, right? Funny. We talking about this actually tonight. Moving on. The homie Faison Love, aka Big Worm, facing felony after allegedly clocking hotel worker with a credit card machine. She didn't know about Big Worm? Hey, I hope this gets worked out because I want to see him in Last Friday, you know? All right, moving on. Women embrace the new trend of cheek dimple enhancements. Why? Moving on. In a reality show gone wrong, President Donald Trump calls out Charlemagne The God after his comments about the current state of the Republican Party. I guess maybe he doesn't like truth. And ironically, he went after Charlemagne on his platform called Truth. But anyway, moving on. Future says, when a man pays bills, it's normal. When a woman pays her bills, she's a queen of the jungle, independent, strong woman, Wakanda forever. He petty for this one. We may have a point. Moving on. Starbucks is getting rid of an ordering option as CEO pushes a turnaround. I wonder what that means, huh? Maybe they're getting beat out by Dutch Bros. Moving on. FBI arrests man over racist threat to unalive 30,000 black people in Cincinnati. Because one of those people could have been my family member, so may he rot in prison, you piece of shit. Moving on. Nick Wright explains why Kobe Bryant doesn't belong in the GOAT conversation. Quote, if you weren't the best in anything, how can you be the best ever? Unquote. Where did all this Kobe hate come from? Did he not count the 5 championships that he has? You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about this later. Moving on. Man ends 15-year marriage after wife goes viral with videos about what she won't do as a wife, including cooking for her husband. She quoted, my husband's mad because I refused to cook him breakfast this morning. I cook for me and my daughter only. You're grown, do it yourself. Sad that that's the attitude of a lot of women these days. Moving on. Shout out to Melba Soul Kitchen. My picture on Google got 10,000 photo views, and they've been busy ever since. Between me and this one lady on TikTok, we've been getting them business. So thank you to everybody that's been supporting them. Thank you to the DY3 family, and shout out to that sister on TikTok. Moving on. Rep Jasmine Crockett calls Trump a Timu Hitler over Texas gerrymandering plans. she forever stayed calling them out, right? Moving on. Upcoming rapper Kizzy Brown reveals she was pregnant in elementary school and had 2 kids before graduating high school. That's sad to hear. I want to definitely hear her story, yo. And we'll talk about it on the show. Moving on. Shout out to the black attorney. Hires 24-year-old niece to work for his law firm on the spot at her graduation. Salute to both of them. Moving on. Did Tiffany Haddish welcome a baby? Actress has fans wondering after posting a new photo with Jason Lee. And I think the answer would be not. They just, trolling y'all, man. Moving on. Judge tells Diddy stay put. Bail denied again as he awaits sentencing. So I guess he has to wait for this October 3rd hearing, you know what I'm saying? But as he's waiting, his lawyer is saying that a Madison Square Garden comeback is already in the works. Like, bro, sit down, man. Be humble, right? Moving on. Shout out to Tyler Perry and Kyrie Irving. They'll donate $40,000 each to a 93-year-old woman fighting to keep her land. Salute, salute, salute. Moving on. this week was that Brawliversary in Alabama, and we remember what happens when black people unite. This should be the poster or the epitome of what happens when we unite. We should talk about this later too. Moving on. Illinois becomes the first state to mandate mental health screening for students. Salute to them. Moving on. Eddie Griffin thinks that Malcolm Jamal Warner's recent passing there was some foul play, or something doesn't seem right. But here he goes with conspiracy theories. And just let the man rest. Moving on. Devon Franklin married celebrity trainer Maria Castillo in a romantic lakeside ceremony, and people are saying he definitely has a type. Well, salute to them. Moving on. They're saying that there's a Breastmilk Ice Cream for sale nationwide, just like Mom used to make. Why? Moving on. BET suspends Soul Train and BET Hip Hop Awards indefinitely. Why? Moving on. Matthew Knowles goes off on Beyonce's choreographer over stolen music files, as he should. Moving on. They're saying there might be some beef between Benny and Conway the Machine. I hope not. Griselda forever. Moving on. Young Thug reacts to Gunna announcing his new album, the last one, his last project for YSL. And Young Thug says nobody want to hear that ish. Crazy. Moving on. Soulja Boy beats the case. LA prosecutors drop gun charges. Rapper walks free. Moving on. Raven Simone reveals ex-boyfriend of 7 years got another woman pregnant and asks her to be the godmother. That's some ratchet ish right there. Moving on. Dean Cain, former Superman, encourages his Instagram followers to join ICE. Piece of shit. Moving on. Clarissa Shields class back to proposed breakup rumors. She fighting extra hard for this dude, but she still ain't got no. Moving on. Plus, she don't really want no smoke with LaLa Ali. She just wants a payday. Moving on. Mother claims that she was essayed by midair by a parasol operator in Africa. Well, she must have felt his meat. Moving on. Florida man who was married to 3 women at the same time sentenced for felony bigamy. Crazy. Moving on. They're saying Mississippi faces alarming surge in STD cases, declared an epidemic. Crazy, right? Means shouldn't nobody be cutting down there. Moving on. Last but not least, Kim Kardashian drowning in insecurities after throwing herself at NFL icon Tom Brady, only to be rejected. Maybe he's seen all the craziness to come along with her and said, I think not. But anyway, I hope that's not true, allegedly. But moving on. Well, see you at the show. Peace.
Anyway, I'm your boy Third Degree, and that's been your Ratchet News. Enjoy the show.